Hey guys, it's me. Spent a few minutes and moved my lawnmower over here. Since I didn't have an axle, I just stuck the back end on a dolly and rolled it over here. Luckily, the front tires are in good shape, so it rolled really easy and didn't take much to move. But and I'm not going to set up the tripod today. It's too windy, so it's going to be handheld and little clips like always. But this is what I'm going to start on today. I already took the hoods off. There's only 4 bolts holding each one on to the brackets. Brackets the same, frames are the same, engines are the same, except for this one. It's a 21 horse. Was that a 540cc? And this is a 18 horse. But other than that, they're pretty much the same. So I'm going to take the exhausts off, and everything's already out from under this one. So I'm going to have to disconnect the pulleys and belts and whatnot off of that one. And I think I may actually try to rebuild this engine. Not sure what happened, but they're pretty easy and inexpensive to rebuild. So I'll probably end up rebuilding it and using it for something else. But this is what I'm going to start working on today. I'm going to try to get this one swapped onto that frame so I'll have a decent lawnmower to use. But I'll let y'all know how it goes as I move along. Looks like I got a lot of work ahead of me, but I'll get it done. Stick around. Hey guys, how y'all doing today? It's been a couple of days since my last video, and I hadn't had much time to work on stuff, so I got a little bit done yesterday and a little bit done today. But this is the mower that I'm fixing, and that's the old one. So I've got the motors apart side by side here, and this is the 18 horse off of that one, and then this is the 21 horse, unfortunately, that is locked up. I took the exhaust off of this one. The muffler was like hard mounted in this frame, and this one was solid mounted. It was welded together, whereas that just had a little drop tube. Unlike this one that has the curve, this one just had a little tube that came out and just went down just a little bit. So I'm gonna have to remove the muffler that's mounted in the frame there so I can get this one in. But other than that, everything looks good. The pulleys, oh gosh, here are the pulleys off of these two, and this one is off the 21 horse and this is off the 18 horse. At first I thought I was going to have to use this one, but it is a smaller diameter, which appealed to me. Thought a little bit more speed, but I am going to go ahead and use this one because I just don't have the money to buy another belt. I'm going to clean it up and get the rust and stuff off of it and go ahead and remount it. This one took me 2 days of soaking and banging to get off. This one came off as soon as I pulled the bolt out. And it's about a 5-year-old or 6-year-old older lawnmower. So maintenance makes a difference. But yeah, I got to get this thing unbolted out of here so I can get the other motor on. So that's what I'm going to do today, and luckily I can do it sitting down. You can see the downpipe that came off that other mower, the other motor. That's all it was, and it just sat down inside there. So I'm going to take that one out so I can get that one in, and then I'm going to let this down, get that one in, get it mounted, and that's probably all I'm going to do today, guys. But little by little, I'll get it back together. Just takes time when you only have a few minutes a day to work on stuff of mobility. So should have this thing hopefully running again in a couple days. Stay tuned. Thanks. Okay guys, here we go. I got the 18 horse on, 21 horses there. I did have to take the carburetor off and use the carburetor off the 21 horse on the 18 horse. I'm not sure if that's going to make a difference or how much it's going to make a difference. There's the old carburetor. Apparently it's got a stuck float or it's corroded or something inside. I didn't feel like messing with it, but everything's hooked up. Fuel's hooked up, power's hooked up. we're going to give it a shot. See what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and just spent a few minutes adjusting the throttle, so let's choke it. And the clutch is already depressed, so turn the key on and let's see what happens. Nothing. Oh, there we go. Hey! There we go! All right. Well, there we go. First turnkey, apparently it was stuck, or the solenoid may be going out, but it fired up. I've got the belts and everything put on, but I've got some brackets here that I have to put on that hold the belts in place, at least the mower deck belt. So I'm not going to try to turn the mower on, but I'm going to clean up the floor a little bit so I can get on it and air up the tire and see if it's going to move. Wish me luck. I'll let y'all know. Thanks. Okay, guys. It's done. Turned out well. I went ahead. I didn't feel like testing and then putting the brackets on and testing again and making sure the belt worked. So I just went ahead and put the brackets on. Luckily, I could set my chair on either side and do it and didn't have to mess with it. Went on real easy. Turned on my air compressor and drove it over there with flat tires, and the drive worked fine. Once I got it aired up, I went ahead and went up the driveway over there and engaged it, and it engaged just fine. And so apparently everything's good. Drive works good, forward and reverse, and the mower comes on just fine. There's no slipping or disengaging or anything that would happen like that with the clutch or the belt coming off or slipping, and it works just fine. So I'm happy. So this is where we're at now. I got that motor, and I'll probably rebuild the carburetor and keep it for a spare, and I'll take the magneto off for a spare for that one. I don't know if you can see, this one has a little bit of wire damage. This thing will focus, that I've got taped up, so I'll probably take that one off and put that one on pretty quickly. But I went ahead and put the cover on it and buttoned it all up except for the hood, which is 4 little 1/4-inch screws and to slide that bracket into place. And it's done. It works great. That's what we have left of that one. I'm going to take my tires off of that and off the broken axle. I'll keep the fuel tank, the solenoid, the starter solenoid, and probably I may use the key switch off of that one. I don't know if you noticed, but this one over here is messed up. I actually have to turn the key on and then push a button that I installed to start it, because the original key switch doesn't engage like it's supposed to. So I may take that key switch off and put it on here and fix that, as well as taking the seat off of that one, because the seat's in better condition than this one is. I'm not sure though. It looks like this one may be at a different angle than that one is, so we'll have to see what happens. But that's what we have left of that one, other than the tires and the suspension, or well, the solid axle for the front. I'm not going to take the axle part off, but I am going to take the tires off, so I'll have those for spare for this because they're the same size. And then I will probably throw that thing in the trash. Recycle the steel. It's not much good for anything else. But now we have a good mower, and I can mow this area like I need to without having to push it, because I just can't do that, and I'm not going to ask my wife to do it. So we're good. All right, thanks guys for tuning in. I hope you like it. If you do, subscribe. If you don't, well, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.